Hey, what's up, guys? Joe here once again with another NBA free agency update. Right after I posted my last video, right when I was saying that Chris Paul would be the first to be traded, it was either going to be the Lakers or the Clippers. Twitter blew up about the Chris Paul trade, and if only it happened like 5 minutes sooner, I could have put it on that last video, but whatever. It's okay. I want to talk about it a little more. I want to talk about the Chris Paul trade, and I want to talk about the Lakers and how they're looking pretty stupid right now. So, the LA Clippers, often joked around about franchise, like they have never won anything. I mean, just recently they've kind of been relevant because, I mean, they had, I mean, they have young talent. I mean, Blake Griffin. They had Eric Gordon. Baron. No, he wasn't on that team. Who was on the Clippers? I mean, they just had young talent, like DeAndre Jordan. Like, these guys are very young, and they just acquired CP3. So, I mean, he's not young, but he's not old either. I think he is a key acquisition right there. I don't know who they're going to play at shooting guard, but let me get into that later. Let's get into the trade. So the Hornets and David Stern and the NBA finally gave in on a trade for Chris Paul, and I think they really made out very well. So CP3 goes to the Clippers, and the Clippers send to the Hornets Chris Kaman, who is a pretty decent center. I mean, he's old. He's an older guy, but he has fundamentals. He has a good mid-range. He rebounds. Just all-around good guy. And then Eric Gordon, great shooting guard, young talent. I think this might even be his breakout year. He's always been a good shooter, good to the basket, good dunker. But I think this year he can break out, not into superstar level, but I think he could be a very good leadership role player on this young Hornets team who just lost their general, right? Pretty much. I mean, CP3 was their general. So they're going to have to regroup, but I think the Hornets should be fine. Maybe not this year, but maybe in the future. But they also get Al-Farouq Aminu. He's a second-year player. I haven't really seen too much of him, to be honest. I'm not going to give any kind of scouting report. I have played against him in 2K when I did the scouting combine for my player in 2K11. Not the scouting combine, the NBA combine, the draft combine. And him and a bunch of those younger players were in it. He kicked my ass a lot, so I don't know. He could develop into a good talent, but we'll have to see. He's definitely one of those developmental players where he's not a superstar right out of college like some players are. He's going to have to build into his role. And I think starting out in a new team right now is a good new start for him. And then, so we got Chris Kaman, Eric Gordon, Al-Farouq Aminu, and a first-round draft pick. I don't know if that's going to be a very high draft pick because the Clippers look like they're going to be very good this year. I don't know. A lot of people say they're going to win the West, but I don't want to go that far. I think there's chemistry issues, short season, short training camp. I mean, Chris Paul is just getting in. He's already missed a week of training camp. And there's only 3 weeks of training camp. Or 2 weeks of training camp, even. Well, there would be 3 weeks, but I don't know. Usually they have a whole off season to get together, and I don't know. Chemistry issues with these big blockbuster trades are gonna be a problem for these teams. But yeah, the Clippers with a nice point guard now. Who was their point guard before? It's really I wish I had a computer next to me right now. But I feel like they had a pretty comparable point guard. I think it was Baron Davis, but now it's Mo Williams. That's right. They traded Mo Williams from the Cavaliers, And Mo Williams or Baron Davis was just waived with the amnesty clause by by Cleveland, so that's another news tidbit there. But yeah, Mo Williams is the point guard, so I don't know. That's pretty good to have a backup with Mo Williams as your backup. CP3 is your starting point guard. Point guard. I don't know why I say pointing guard. That's your starting point guard. Then you have Eric Gordon, Caron Butler, and then DeAndre Jordan and Blake Griffin. So that's pretty. I think they're gonna contend. I mean, especially since the Lakers. I don't know what they did. I mean, I think they were expecting to get either Chris Paul or Dwight Howard, and they traded Lamar Odom to Dallas for a second-round pick. A second-round pick to Dallas? That's going to be like a 60th pick, a 59th pick, because they are going to, I mean, contend. It's going to be high up, late second-round pick, and it's, I mean, what are you doing? Lamar Odom, I mean, the only reason I can see is to clear cap room. But I would have rather used him in a trade for whoever you're going for. And there was a soundbite of Kobe Bryant. He was very adamant about it. He was very pissed off that they traded Lamar Odom. He said he was Sixth Man of the Year. I don't know. He wasn't affected at all. His play wasn't affected at all by being on the Kardashian show. I don't know. I just don't see. I mean, I agree with Kobe Bryant. I don't know how they could get rid of him. He was a great mid-range jump shooter. He was fine in the three. He could rebound. He was lengthy. He could play defense. He was Sixth Man of the Year. Like, I don't know what you doing trading him for a second-round pick. The only reason I can think of is for cap room. I mean, I would have used him in a trade, but I mean, if you look at the West, contenders are the Mavericks. Spurs are old, but I think they'll still contend. There are rumors of them getting rid of Tony Parker, getting rid of Manu, but I guess they're keeping him for this year. Going for, I mean, they're gonna go for one more last hurrah. And then I think they're going to have to rebuild with that team. I mean, they're getting a little old. But, you got the Lakers. That's pretty much it. Clippers, Lakers, Mavs. The West isn't very good anymore. The West lost a lot of its potency when, I mean, Carmelo left the Nuggets. So the Nuggets are out of contention. They probably won't make the playoffs. Their best player is Aaron Aflalo. I mean, they re-signed Nene, but to be honest, he's not that real. He's not really that great of a player. He's not like a superstar lead the team kind of player. So I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't really know who else in the West will contend. I mean, the East just is a powerhouse now. You have the Bulls, you have the Knicks, you have the Heat. There are a lot of, I mean, those are the top three teams, I think. I know I'm missing one more. I mean, maybe the Nets, but I don't think so. Are the Nets in the West? I don't know. But yeah, the Knicks, Tyson Chandler, Amari Stoudemire, and Carmelo. They don't really have a point guard right now. They lost Chauncey. Well, they didn't lose him, they amnestied him. So, what are you going to do? They're still going to be a pretty good team. I mean, Tyson Chandler's overrated. I think he's extremely overrated, especially the lack of a point guard on the Knicks. I mean, how do they expect to contend? I mean, all Tyson Chandler did was get alley-oops from CP3 while he was at the Hornets. And then, what's his name in Dallas? Jason Kidd. I mean, you need a good point guard for Tyson Chandler to thrive. I remember when he was at the Bulls, he didn't do jack shit because we didn't have a point guard. So, I don't know, maybe he can prove me wrong, but I think he's overrated. A lot of people are saying that was like the biggest free agent signing, but I don't know. I mean, there weren't too many great free agents out there. I think Caron Butler was the best free agent out there. I mean, a lot of people think he's too old, but or his ankles or whatever, his legs are too old because of injury, but I don't see it. So yeah, that's about it. Remember to subscribe to me. If you're watching this and you haven't seen my other cigarette reviews, subscribe to Shiggity Joe 69 if you are a cigarette smoker. If you're not, then just keep on this channel because it's perfect for just sports. You can follow me at Twitter at Shiggity Joe 69. I'm constantly posting about the Bears, the Bulls, right now, free agent signings, Rip Hamilton, and occasionally I'll post something about my other YouTube channel, but it's mostly just for sports. Yeah, I only have like 30 followers, which is really weird because I have like 2,600 subscribers on YouTube, so I don't know. It'd be cool if a lot of you just got Twitter and followed me, because I don't know, I think you're a lot more recognized if you have more followers. I think it'd be cool to have at least over 200 followers. I mean, I have about 30 right now. That's, I don't know, it's okay, but yeah. And yeah, that's about it. So just keep tuned in. If there's anything happens with Dwight Howard, I'll let all of you know. If anything else happens with the Bulls, I know they could be in contention for a big man, but it won't be a big signing at all. It'll just be a role player because they only have 4 big guys, so they're going to need one more at least because they lost Kurt Thomas. But yeah, that's about it. Peace.